God says, "Beloved soul, before your thoughts begin forming quick conclusions about what this means, slow down and allow this message to settle gently within you, because divine alignment is rarely about surface details and almost always about deeper purpose." When you hear that angels are aligning you with a younger partner, your mind may immediately focus on age, on numbers, on how it may appear to others, but heaven does not measure compatibility the way society does. Alignment is not determined by years lived, it is determined by maturity gained, lessons learned, and readiness to build something meaningful. Sometimes the most touching realizations in life come when an expectation you once held firmly begins to soften, and you recognize that what truly matters is not what you imagined before, but what feels right in the present season of your growth. You have walked through experiences that refined you. You have known relationships that taught you what imbalance feels like. You have experienced moments where excitement overshadowed compatibility, where attraction was strong but direction was unclear. Through those chapters, something inside you matured. You no longer seek intensity for its own sake. You seek peace. You no longer chase validation. You value mutual respect. You have learned that stability, communication, and emotional responsibility are far more important than outward impressions. That evolution within you is not accidental, it is preparation. And sometimes preparation leads you toward a connection that challenges your former assumptions in the most beautiful way. A younger partner, when aligned with your maturity, does not represent imbalance, it can represent renewal and harmony. Age alone does not define wisdom. Emotional intelligence, accountability, and consistency do. You may encounter someone whose years are fewer but whose mindset carries depth beyond expectation. Someone who listens with attention rather than reacting impulsively. Someone who values your experiences rather than feeling threatened by them. Someone who sees your strength and feels inspired rather than intimidated. That dynamic can feel surprisingly balanced, because alignment is not about dominance or hierarchy, it is about partnership. The reason this alignment will touch you is because it may arrive in a form you once dismissed. You may have believed that only someone older could match your level of understanding, but life often reveals that empathy and growth are not tied to age. Sometimes a younger partner brings flexibility, optimism, and fresh perspective that complements your steadiness. Sometimes they carry humility and openness that create space for healthy communication. When two individuals meet at the same emotional level, even if their journeys began at different times, something powerful can form. It feels less like competition and more like collaboration. It feels less like proving worth and more like building together. At the same time, this message is not encouraging impulsive attachment or blind optimism. Divine alignment unfolds gradually. If someone younger is truly aligned with your future, clarity will grow stronger over time, not weaker. You will notice consistent effort. You will see actions matching words. You will feel peace instead of anxiety. Disagreements will be handled with respect rather than ego. These are the signs that truly matter. Age becomes secondary when maturity is visible in behavior. And when alignment is real, it creates confidence rather than doubt. Let this first stage of the message open your perspective without rushing your heart. The angels are not pushing you toward a conclusion. They are inviting you to observe with discernment. You have grown into someone who values substance over surface. Trust that growth. Trust your awareness. If this alignment is meant for you, it will not feel forced or chaotic. It will feel steady, balanced, and naturally supportive. And when that realization settles in fully, you will understand why the reason behind this connection touches something deeper within you. It reflects how far you have come, how much you have matured, and how ready you are for a partnership built on harmony rather than assumption. Beloved soul, as you sit with this message a little longer, something inside you may begin to soften, not because you are being convinced of anything impulsively, but because you are beginning to understand that divine alignment rarely looks exactly the way we once imagined it would. When the angels speak of a younger partner, they are not highlighting difference to create imbalance, they are highlighting harmony that may surprise you. There are seasons in life when you believed you needed someone older to guide you, someone more experienced to stabilize you, someone whose years would automatically translate into wisdom. But growth has shifted your perspective. You are no longer seeking someone to lead you or complete you. You are seeking someone to walk beside you. And sometimes the person who can truly walk beside you is not the one you expected. Consider how much you have matured in recent years. You have learned patience through waiting. You have learned discernment through disappointment. You have learned self-respect through boundaries you once struggled to maintain. That inner development means you no longer evaluate relationships based only on surface traits. You now observe communication style, emotional steadiness, accountability, and vision for the future. If a younger individual enters your life carrying emotional intelligence, humility, and clarity about what they want, you may find yourself surprised by how balanced it feels. The connection will not feel forced or experimental. It will feel natural. It will feel equal. It will feel like two individuals meeting at the same level of readiness despite different timelines. The reason this alignment will touch you is because it may awaken something within you that you thought had hardened over time. Perhaps past relationships left you cautious. Perhaps you built protective walls after experiences that drained you. But when someone younger approaches you with sincerity and consistency, it can gently dissolve that guarded energy. Not because they overwhelm you with intensity, but because they remain steady. They listen. They show up. They respect your experiences without trying to overshadow them. That consistency can feel refreshing in a way you did not anticipate. It can restore trust in gradual steps. It is also important to recognize that age difference does not automatically mean difference in direction. What matters most is shared purpose. Do your values align? Do your long-term visions complement each other? Do conversations about the future feel grounded and realistic rather than uncertain? Alignment reveals itself through mutual planning and mutual effort. If this connection is truly guided, you will notice cooperation instead of competition. You will see growth happening on both sides. You will feel peace instead of confusion. Divine alignment does not produce chaos, it produces clarity. At the same time, remain balanced. The angels are guiding awareness, not obsession. There is no need to rush conclusions or attach destiny to the first person who fits a description. Allow time to reveal character. Observe patterns. Pay attention to how you feel after interactions. Healthy alignment increases confidence and emotional stability. It does not create insecurity or strengthen naturally over time. If not, clarity will gently guide you in another direction without drama. As you reflect on this deeper layer, recognize how far you have come. You are no longer evaluating love based on expectation alone. You are evaluating it based on alignment and maturity. The reason this connection will touch you is because it mirrors your growth. It shows you that partnership is not about age hierarchy, it is about emotional equality. And when two individuals meet at that level of equality, something powerful and steady begins to form, something that feels less like surprise and more like recognitions. God says, "Beloved soul, as this message continues to unfold, you may begin to realize that the true depth of this alignment is not about age at all, but about timing and emotional readiness meeting at the same point." There are moments in life when two people, even if born in different years, arrive at the same level of maturity through completely different journeys. You may have taken a longer road filled with lessons, responsibilities, and quiet endurance. The younger partner being aligned with you may have taken a faster path shaped by early awareness, self-reflection, and conscious growth. When those two paths intersect, the result is not imbalance, it is complement. That is the reason this connection will touch you deeply, because it reflects how carefully your life has been guided towards someone who meets you where you are now, not where you once were. You have grown beyond superficial expectations. There was a time when you measured compatibility through attraction or external impressions. Now you measure it through emotional safety, communication, consistency, and shared direction. This shift within you is powerful. It means you no longer need someone to impress you, you need someone to understand you. And sometimes understanding does not depend on age but on empathy. A younger partner who approaches you with genuine respect, who values your insight, who listens without defensiveness, can create a sense of balance that feels surprisingly natural. You may notice that conversations feel lighter yet deeper. You may sense that laughter returns more easily. You may feel supported rather than challenged for dominance. These subtle experiences are often stronger indicators of alignment than any outward factor. The reason this alignment carries emotional weight is because it may gently heal parts of you that became cautious over time. You may have built independence so strong that you forgot what it feels like to lean on someone without losing yourself. A partner who respects your independence while offering partnership can remind you that strength and softness can coexist. The younger energy they bring does not diminish your wisdom, it refreshes it. It invites balance instead of hierarchy. It encourages growth instead of control. And when you begin to see that partnership is about collaboration rather than comparison, something inside you relaxes. At the same time, alignment always reveals itself through consistency. Observe how this person handles responsibility. Notice whether they communicate with clarity during disagreement. Pay attention to whether their future plans align naturally with yours. Healthy partnership is not built in a single emotional moment. It is built in repeated demonstrations of reliability. If this alignment is truly guided, you will see steady effort over time. You will not feel rushed. You will not feel pressured. You will feel a gradual strengthening of trust. As this deeper realization settles, you may recognize that the angels are not surprising you for the sake of shock. They are revealing how far you have evolved. You are now capable of seeing beyond assumptions. You are capable of valuing maturity wherever it exists. You are capable of welcoming balance instead of clinging to old narratives. The reason this connection touches you is because it mirrors your growth. It shows you that love aligned with purpose is not about matching ages, it is about matching emotional depth and shared direction. And when two people meet at that level, the partnership feels less like a risk and more like recognition, less like surprise and more like confirmation that timing has finally aligned. God says, "Beloved soul, as this message reaches its final depth, everything now becomes clearer and calmer, because what once sounded surprising now feels intentional. The alignment you have been reflecting on is not random, and it is not about surface differences. It is about two individuals arriving at the same emotional destination through different timelines. You have matured through experience, through lessons that required patience and strength. The younger partner being aligned with you has matured through awareness, adaptability, and openness to growth. When those two energies meet, something powerful can form, not imbalance, not uncertainty, but equilibrium. This is why the reason behind this alignment will touch you. It reveals that compatibility is not determined by age, but by shared emotional readiness and mutual respect. You may begin to see that this connection is less about surprise and more about healing. Over time, you may have built strong independence, perhaps even protective walls shaped by past disappointments. You learn to rely on yourself. You learn to guard your heart carefully. Yet a younger partner who approaches you with sincerity, patience, and consistency can gently soften that guarded energy. Not because they overwhelm you, but because they remain steady. They respect your boundaries. They value your insight. They show willingness to grow instead of competing for control. That steadiness can feel deeply comforting. It reminds you that partnership does not mean losing strength, it means sharing strength. The reason this alignment carries emotional weight is because it mirrors your evolution. You are no longer seeking someone to lead or complete you. You are seeking someone who walks beside you as an equal. When a younger partner demonstrates maturity through action, handling responsibility with care, communicating clearly during conflict, planning realistically for the future, you begin to see that wisdom is not measured only in years. It is measured in accountability and intention. That realization shifts old beliefs and opens space for something balanced. You recognize that what truly matters is whether your values align, whether your long-term goals support one another, whether peace increases rather than decreases in each other's presence. At the same time, this final reflection encourages patience. Alignment unfolds through time, not instant conclusions. Observe patterns. Notice consistency. Healthy partnership reveals itself through repeated actions, not emotional intensity alone. If this connection is meant to grow into something lasting, you will see reliability deepen. You will experience mutual support during challenges. You will feel security instead of doubt. Divine alignment strengthens over time rather than fading under pressure. As you sit with this understanding, allow yourself to feel calm rather than rushed. The angels are not pushing